Alright, this is part 2, guys. Now, you guys better enjoy this series while I can. Because once I'm king, I'm take off the throne, man. And Peter Jackson, if he's chosen, he'll be lucky. And all those name hackers are chosen. They're going to get this princess and fame with me and VJ. And you guys are all left behind. You're not safe. You're not going to be part of my glory. Well, when I'm a movie star and I'm experiencing that fame with the actors, my big budget movie, obviously, the devil himself, you guys are all left behind. You're not saved. Hence why Zanis will have crazy buzz, man. If you thought Lord of the Rings buzz, I read the book, obviously, the Anything You Imagine book, and I saw the pictures with Peter and all the Lord of the Rings, some of the main stars in Lord of the Rings for the Cannes Film Festival, and I saw the red carpet. There was like 125,000 fans at the red carpet event for Lord of the Rings. Something crazy. Well, think I don't know, think of like 500,000 fans for my red carpet. Something crazy. The whole city cheering me on, me and VJ on, man, and the actors and Peter Jackson, all of them. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. You have the whole city of you have that city in Switzerland cheering me on for the red carpet. You also have the whole country tuning into the trends, going crazy. And you have the whole world tuning into the trends, going crazy. Yeah, international fame. Hence why everyone will beg, obviously, because they've experienced the fame with me and VJ, obviously. Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying this. I read in the book that Sean Austin complained about his shitty $250,000 check. Sean Austin complained about his shitty $250,000 check. Warner Bros. Was just fucking cheap. The fact that that CEO told Elijah Wood, we could have paid him more. We could have paid you more. We have a crappy agent. That's how you know Hollywood's just cheap. They can easily pay the actors more. They're just fucking cheap. They could have at least easily paid all Lord of the Rings actors at least $500,000 each. $600,000, $700,000 each per movie. They could have easily paid that. They're just fucking cheap. Yeah, we could easily pay the actors $700,000 per movie. You know what I'm saying? We were just fucking cheap. We don't want to do that. Yeah, because they're fucking cheap, obviously. And that's why what? And those actors still killed the role in Lord of the Rings. And they got their shitty paycheck. I heard Warner Bros. Gave them a $1 million bonus, obviously. If the movie successful, they gave them like a $1 million bonus. But even that's nothing compared to how much I'm paying the Zanis actors. The Zanis actors are making their millions. $1 million, you're not making your millions. No, you're making like your $550,000 after taxes. Was if you're the moment you make your like $1 million, $1.3 million, $1.4 million plus in your bank, that's a fucking nice paycheck. And the actors are gonna work hard for me. And I'm also giving them a piece of the profits. Small, tiny pieces of the profits for the royalties. They're going to work harder for me, obviously. Peter Jackson will work harder for me than what he did for Lord of the Rings. He'll be like, yeah, Ivan, don't worry about it. Fuck Warner Bros., man. Like, Hollywood's fucking dirty as fuck. Peter Jackson might tell me that. Like, Peter, please, I need you to work hard for me. Ivan, don't worry about it. I'm going to work double harder for you than what I did for fucking Warner Bros. Fuck Hollywood, Ivan. Like, Hollywood's fucking dirty as fuck. I was a dirty-ass fucking slave. Peter Jackson might tell me stories. Yeah, Hollywood's fucking dirty, Ivan. Like, you have no idea how dirty Hollywood is, man. I have to go in the trailer. I have to go in the cockpit and fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I made a lot of money. I worked hard, but man, it was a miserable experience. I constantly was a dirty slave. I had to do it. Yeah, don't hate me, Hollywood. I constantly had to do it. It was for you. You pay my free millions. I'm fucking free. Yeah, he doesn't have to do anything. He's free, man. Because I'm clean. I'm not dirty, you know what I'm saying? And because I paid Peter, he's rich what? He's rich $400 million, whatever it is, for deal. He'll work really hard. He knows he's gonna walk away with like his $200 million check in his bank after taxes. He'll work hard. He'll work really hard, Peter. It's a nice check in the bank. You do a lot of things with that money. And guaranteed Peter Jackson will what? Guaranteed Peter Jackson will put money into his private IMAX theater room like me. Hey, Peter, I recommend you put money into your private IMAX theater. You're already rich, and you're going to make your, like, I don't know, $200 million after taxes for my movie, obviously. I recommend you take a good, like, $400,000, $500,000, $1 million of your money and put money into an advanced private IMAX theater room. Or if you're cheap, you can put, like, $30,000 into a nice theater system if you want to, but IMAX is the best experience possible. That way you get a good experience with your family when you watch it. You watch my movie, Peter's going to pimp out, yeah, I don't worry about it. I'm going to pimp out my house sometime. Peter gets his, like, I don't know, he puts money into... He puts like $1 million into a private IMAX room. He copies me, you know what I'm saying? IMAX projector screen, Dolby speakers in his living room, a nice screen for the TV in his basement. Yeah, and in my movie, his 4K arrives in the mail. You know what I'm saying? The movie's arrived, you know what I'm saying? He's okay, guys, what do you guys want? He orders pizza and all stuff. Yeah, everyone on our world's gonna do that. Okay, the movie's arrived, guys. What do you guys want? I don't know. I want pizza. And they order pizza. They get beer. People get popcorn. Some people will get popcorn and like Coke. Some people will get pizza. Some people will get McDonald's. Some people will get Wendy's. Some people will get chicken. Yeah, man. Look at something crazy. Beer. I'm gonna get beer and I'm gonna get Wendy's for order some Wendy's for my movie Zanus. I'm gonna get some. I'll get like a nice Baconator combo and a nice like maybe a nice small cheeseburger at Wendy's. And I'll get like 6 beers for myself. And I might get high with VJ. Get an edible and get high. I recommend you guys do that. You get high because Airtat's a devil himself. Yeah, man. Airtat's a devil himself. Guys, you're looking at the most horrific being. All you Zanus actors who are chosen, you know what I'm talking about. You know how horrific Airtat is. You're looking at the devil himself. Airtat will have a little bit of that clowny look, obviously, because he looks like Pennywise the Clown, but he's a devil himself. He's a devil master wolf king in the South. He's a devil, obviously. Yeah, he's the most horrific being in movie history, obviously. Airtat will make Thanos look good, guys. Even though Thanos was a formidable opponent, he wasn't scary. But even Thanos, when I saw Avengers Infinity Wars on theaters, I felt for the Avengers, like, holy shit. I felt for all the Avengers, obviously, but Thanos is not scary, whereas Airtat is scary. That's why he's more of a formidable opponent than Thanos. But Thanos has Infinity Stones, obviously, but Airtat's a devil himself, man. That's why you're looking at the most horrific villain in movie history, man. You're looking at the devil himself, yeah, man. That's why we will have crazy buzz, man. Crazy buzz. Yeah, man. Some Sarah. Yeah, so that's my deal for Peter Jackson. I'll pay him his $85 million in Canadian money, which is like $106 million in New Zealand money. That's a good paycheck for Peter. He'll walk away with a good like $58 million in his bank for the 4 years of Zanus. It's a nice paycheck for Peter, obviously. And I'll give him 0.6% of the profits, or 0.4% if the movie does more. I'm not going to give him 0.6% if the movie does more than 1.1 movie. Otherwise, Peter Jackson's going to make his $350 to even $400 in royalties, and he's not walking with $500. You're being way too generous. He's now ripping you off. Keep Peter around that 400, 350, 300 million range for the role for his paycheck. I don't mind Peter making 400. I don't mind Peter making 400 million or 350 million. But the moment he's making 450, 500, you're being too generous. My guess is Peter will make about 400 to 350 million dollars for my movie. He'll make his 106, and he'll make his like 350 maybe in royalties. Or 300 in royalties. We'll make about $400. 400 million most likely Peter will make. 300 million royalties, I don't know, 290 in royalties, and 106 in salary and bonuses Peter will make for my movie. And he also gets his $2 million for the releases. Nice paycheck, obviously. And he gets his $2,000 gift card, $300 gas card, and $60,000 worth of commercial money. And the perks. It's a good paycheck for Peter, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Hence why he'll work double harder for me than what he did for Lord of the Rings. Hence why... Think about it. I'm paying all the crewmen $150K. Obviously, hence the Lord of the Rings. You can only imagine how much harder the Lord of the Rings crewmen are going to work. I don't have to worry about people in the crewmen quitting on me because the labor is not worth the money. The money is not worth the labor. Whereas for Lord of the Rings, some of the crewmen quit because the money wasn't worth the labor and the labor wasn't worth the money. Somebody, yeah, fuck this. I'm not going to do blood, sweat, and tears for 40 fucking K for like 2.5 years of work. Fuck this shit. Yeah, because in Hollywood, when they pay the crewmen, they don't pay them a yearly salary. No. They pay them $30K for the contract of the whole movie, man. So if it takes 2.5 years, 3 years to film the movie, the crewmen only get $30K for that. Shitty fucking money. It's like blood, sweat, and tears for shitty money, man. Whereas for my company, they got their $150K for the 2 years of work, 2.5 years to most of them 2 years. Obviously, they're gonna work hard for me. Obviously, it's $150K for 2 years of work is worth the labor. That's a nice paycheck, man. That's a nice fucking paycheck. I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. We won't quit on you. You know what I'm saying? We won't quit on you. We're gonna work hard because what? I'm spoiling them with a buffet. I'm giving them 3 beers once a week, once on parties. I pay them the rich $150K. They're getting a nice, I don't know, $1,800, $2,000 check every 2 weeks of crewman. They're gonna work hard. I don't have to worry about the crewmen quitting on me, man. They're all gonna work hard, man. I don't have to worry about the actors complaining about their salary because I pay everyone a good salary, obviously. Even the minor characters are getting a good salary. I don't have to worry about the minor characters complaining about the check because the minor characters I'm paying, they're nice like $300, $350K. It's a nice paycheck for a minor role, man. It's a nice paycheck. Because in Lord of the Rings, the minor characters probably got like $80K, $100K. You see what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about what? Lord of the Rings actors slacking off. They're going to work harder for me because I pay more money. Trust me, if you think if you think Carl Urban's acting, if he's chosen, well, he most likely is chosen. If you think Carl Urban's acting in Lord of the Rings was good, think of acting double that for Zanus, because I paid him his millions. He's gonna make his nice, I don't know, $3.3 million after taxes in his bank, because he lives in New Zealand, and 4.5 is like 6 million New Zealand money. He's gonna strike it richer, obviously, and he's also getting a piece of the royalty. I don't know, 8 million royalties in New Zealand money. He's gonna walk away with like a 6.7 million check in his bank after taxes, after the 4 years of Zanus. So work hard. It's a nice paycheck. It's way more money than how much he makes for the boys, and more money than what he made for Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, he probably made $200K for the 2 movies. $150K for the 2 movies. They probably paid him $75K per movie, and he still destroyed the role, man. You know what I'm saying? Because $150K for 2 movies as a pretty major character is not a bad paycheck. You get a nice car with that money, but it's not the kind of money I'm paying him for Zanus. For Zanus, he's gonna make his millions, man. With that money, he can buy a brand new, sell his house, his current house, buy a brand new, nice, like beautiful $2 million house in New Zealand. Get his nice cars. He can easily feed his wife and his kids. I don't know if he has kids. He most likely does. Easily feed his wife and his kids. That money can last him for a good what? $6.87 million can last you for 10 plus years easily. But work hard. It's a fat check in the bank, man. But work really hard, man. Yeah, man. Work hard. If you thought Viggo's acting in what? In Lord of the Rings was good, think of acting Bernard if he's chosen. High chance I'll choose Don over him, but I might choose Viggo. You never know. Because I paid Viggo a lot of money, obviously. I mean, if Viggo's chosen, okay, Viggo, remember that scene in Two Towers? Yeah, I remember that scene. Remember that scene when the Uruk-hai were approaching the wall? And I saw your face. You destroyed the role. You were brave. You were commanding the archers and all stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have nowhere, but I'll destroy the role. And he will destroy the role because I paid him his 10 mil. He got his millions. He got his 10 mil bucks, and he got like 0.02% of the profits, which is a good, like, I don't know, 8 million in royalties, and $9 million in royalties. 10, 11 million in royalties. He'll work hard. Viggo's walk away with like an $8 million check in his bank after taxes, and his agent and the rates. He'll work hard. It's a fat chase. $8 million richer. He'll work really hard. As $8 million in your bank is a lot of money, man. I can last you for 10 plus years easily. It's a lot of money, man. You can do good things with that money. Yeah, man. You work hard. Yeah, man. Harder than what... If you thought Viggo Mortensen's acting for Aragorn was good in Lord of the Rings, think of acting twice that for the role of Maramis. Because I paid him more money, man. He'll work harder for me, obviously. And I gave him his freedom. He's not a dirty slave. I'm not dirty. I'm clean, obviously. And I spoiled him with luxury buffet. I gave him perks during the 4 years. I saved his ass. He's part of that fame with me. He'll work hard, obviously. He'll work harder for me, obviously. Work hard. So I'm going to talk about the casting topic here. I'm going to keep saying this. Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking Viggo Mortensen and Don Cheadle are going to be competing for that Maramis job. And I'm going to have the Anonzo guy and Carl Urban compete for the role of Cornelius, the captain of the blacksmiths. And then Viggo Mortensen and Don Cheadle will compete for the job of captain of the archers. Maramis, the captain of the archers. And then whoever I choose, that's the actor who will be chosen for Zanus, obviously. You see what I'm saying? Somebody tells me I'm going to choose Don Cheadle over Viggo because I think he matches Maramis more, but I might choose Viggo. You never know. And I think Carl Urban is perfect for Cornelius, but I might choose the other Anansi guy. You never know, because I can picture him as Cornelius, who is a big guy. He's black. Cornelius is a big, strong, muscular man. He's a blacksmith. Obviously, he's bigger than Carl Urban, but Carl Urban I can easily beef him up. In Lord of the Rings, he's a little bigger, obviously, Carl Urban, but nowadays he lost a bit of weight. I'll have him beef up for the role of Cornelius, Carl Urban, if he's chosen for the role of Cornelius, obviously. And that woman who was in The Commuter, I'm thinking she's good for Lithius. I checked her out. Her name is Earl something. I forget her name. I found out her name, obviously. She's a B-list actor. I'll have her play the role of Lithius, obviously. I won't choose her. Yesterday I said I chose her. No, I'm not going to choose her because there might be other good woman actors out there for Lithius. But I'll consider her, obviously. I'll have her come in. I'll have her read for the part. For the role of Lithius. She'll play the role of my younger sister, obviously. She's 24 years old now, so by the time she films Zane, she'll be what? She'll be like 30, 29 years old. She can easily play a 21-year-old, 22-year-old woman, obviously. Because Lithius is like 21, 22 years old. You can easily have her play a 21, 22-year-old. She'll play the role of my younger sister and the daughter of Queen Sarah, and she'll be Tacitonius and Cassius' cousin, obviously. You see what I'm saying? Have her read for the part of Lithius. I'll pay her $8,000. It's a good paycheck for her because Lithius is a pretty major character. She's not that major. Pay her a nice $80,000. the actor for Lithius. That's a good picture of her. And I'll have other mulatto woman actors in Hollywood read for the part. But you have to be between the age of like 30 to like 20 years old, around there. If you're older than 30 and if you're younger than like 18, you're out. I'm not hiring. You have to be between the age of 18 to between the age of 20. You have to be between the age of 20 and 30 years old to play the role of Lithius. Because you can't have a 40-year-old play a fucking 20-year-old. You can't have a 14-year-old play a 20-year-old. No, you have to keep the actor between that 20 to 30 age range. That way you can have, if she's 20 like 8 by then, you can 27 by 29 by then, you can easily make her look younger and have her look like a 21-year-old. As in Hollywood, they have like 30-year-olds play 17-year-old actors. See what I'm saying, huh? See what I'm saying, huh? Yeah. So the actor for Lithius, I'll pay her $6. Hey, I'll be like, Peter, what do you think of this woman here? The woman who was in the Commuter to play the role of Lithius. I can picture her as Lithius Ivan. Holy shit, Ivan, you're creative. But yeah, Peter, what do you think of this Earl woman here who was in the Commuter? What do you think of her? I think she's good. I think she's good, Ivan. I can picture her as Lithius, yeah. What do you think of her, Peter? Yeah, I think she's good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Peter, what do you think of Karl Urban, your fellow past castmate of Lord of the Rings? Ivan, you're choosing all my Lord of the Rings guys, eh? I'm like, yeah, Peter, I think a lot of you guys are good for my movie, obviously. Yeah, Ivan, I think Karl Urban's good for Cornelius. I think he's good. I can picture him as Cornelius the blacksmith, the captain of the blacksmith. Yeah, I know what I'm doing, hence why what? That's why by Zeus will be the best story ever told in most of Midgey, yeah, man. If those actors are chosen, you have a Lord of the Rings reunion going on, which I think is pretty cool. So Karl Urban, if he's chosen, I'll pay him $4.5 million salary, and I'll give him 0.01% of profits, which is a good like $5 million in Canadian money. If you convert that into New Zealand dollars, that's like $7-8 million. That's why Karl Urban's gonna make a good like $6.87 million in his bank after taxes, after his agent and the rates for my movies. He's gonna strike it richer. He's gonna be richer. And so he'll destroy the role of Cornelius more than even what he did for Lord of the Rings. Because he got his millions. He'll work harder for me, obviously. Even though the actors are going to do their blood, sweat, and tears, they're going to destroy the role because I'm paying them way more money. You know what they made for fucking Warner Bros. Lord of the Rings. You see what I'm saying? Viggo Mortensen, I'll pay him, for the role of Meramis, I'll pay him 10. I'll match his salary with Don Cheadle's. I'll pay him 10 salary, and I'll give him 0.02% of profits, which is a good $8-9 million in royalties to even $11 million in royalties. Depends how much my movie grosses, obviously. If it grosses a lot at the high end, like 1.5 billion people buying it, he'll make like 11 million royalties, Viggo. If it grosses like 1.1 billion people buying it, 176 billion, he'll make like 8 million in royalties, 9 million royalties, Viggo. So he signed like his $18-19 million deal. He's gonna walk away with like an $8 million check in his bank after taxes. It's a good paycheck for Viggo. And that's why he'll destroy the role of the Archer. Meramis, captain of the Archers. More than what he even did for fucking Aragorn, Lord of the Rings. Because for Lord of the Rings, Viggo probably got his $900,000, $1 million for the movie, and I paid him $10 million salary and 0.2% of profits. He also got his $250,000 road check for the merch. Don't forget that. His commercial money, $2,000 gift card, $300 gas card. Speaking for earnings, I don't know, $200K in speaking for earnings. He'll work hard. They'll work harder for me, obviously, because they're making more money for my company, obviously. I know what I'm doing. Right. I'll have Michael B. Jordan and Daniel Kaluuya compete. You know what? I don't know about Michael B. Jordan because he looks too American. I don't know about him. I'll just consider Michael B. I'll consider Michael B. Jordan for The Great Escape. I don't think he's good for Zanus because he looks too American, Michael. You know what I'm saying? But I could consider Michael. I can have him read. I have nothing to lose, right? Have Michael read for the part of Tacitonius. I'll call his agent, okay, have Michael B. Jordan send a reel for Tacitonius. And I'll have Daniel Kaluuya send his reel for Tacitonius. And I'll fly in John Boyega because he's my first choice. I'll have him come and read for Tacitonius. and I'll see who's best for the part. I'm like, Peter, who do you think is best for the part? Michael B. Jordan, Daniel Kaluuya, or John Boyega? I don't know, Ivan. Like, Michael B. Jordan looks too American. I don't think he's really your guy for Tacitonians, Ivan. He looks way too American, yes. He looks way too American. And Daniel Kaluuya, he looks more like you, Ivan, but like John Boyega looks more like a Tacitonians. He has more of that sarcastic look than the other two guys. Okay, who do you think is good for the part, Peter? I don't know. Somebody tells me you should go with John Boyega, man. John Boyega was born to play the role, and I end up choosing John. High chance I am going to choose John Boyega over the other guys. Don't hate me, guys. But I might perhaps choose John Kaluuya. You never know. But most likely, John Boyega is the guy. Because I think he was born to play that role. But I'm not just going to give John Boyega the job. He has to fight for the job, man. John, I'm not just going to give you the job. I want you fighting for the role, man. I want to see you reach for the part. Don't worry about it. You reach for the part, destroys the audition, obviously. But Daniel Kaluuya and Michael B. Jordan are also going to destroy the audition, too. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Daniel Kaluuya, I'll match his salary with John Boyega. I'll pay him 8.9. Because he's a rising star, Daniel Kaluuya. He's not an A-list actor. He's getting there, but he's not an A-list actor yet. He's not established yet. Pay him $8.9 million for the role. It's a good paycheck for Daniel Kaluuya. And then Michael B. Jordan, because he's an established A-list actor, but he's not that big, pay him $9. And give him 0.01% of the profits. Michael B. Jordan. And I'll also, if he's not chosen, I'll highly consider him for The Great Escape. I think he might be good for that Great Escape movie. We can have him be one of the couples. And I'll pay him the same amount of money I'm willing to pay him for saying this. $9 million, 0.01% of the profits. It's a good paycheck for Michael B. Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And Zoe King, I might have her compete with, I might have Zoe King compete with what? I might have Zoe King compete with Ariana Grande for the role of Belle. Obviously. I'll pay Zoe King $3 million. That's a good paycheck for her. And I'll give her 0.01% of the profits, which is a good like $5 million royalties. So Zoe King signed her a nice like $8 million deal. It's a good paycheck for Zoe. She'll never make that in Hollywood. In Hollywood, she makes her, what, $400,000 for movies. Yeah, but I did Kissing Booth, Ivan. Yes, but Kissing Booth. Yes, Kissing Booth was a hit, Zoe. On what? On Netflix, but it's an independent movie. It's not a big budget movie. You're a B-list actor. I'm not going to pay you any more than $3 million. That's good enough. As you're not going to make this in Hollywood. In Hollywood, you're going to bargain for your $500,000, $4,000. Something there. But something tells me I'm going to choose Ariana Grande over Zoe King. Obviously. But I might consider Zoe King for the Great Escape movie too. You can have her be Michael B. Jordan's wife if you want. If you want. Zoe King and Michael B. Jordan, if they're not chosen for Zane's, I might highly consider them for the Great Escape. Okay, Zoe, don't worry, I might consider you for the Great Escape movie. And I'll pay you I'll pay you the same money. I'll pay you your $3 million. But for the Great Escape movie, you're not getting squat. You get your $3 million, that's it. I can pay her a bit more. I can pay her 3.3 to keep her happy. But I'm not giving her a piece of the roles. Well, Michael B. Jordan, he's an ace actor. I'll pay him his 9. I'll give him 0.01% for Zane's or the Great Escape. Hey, Michael, don't worry. If you're not chosen for Zane's, I will highly consider you for the Great Escape movie. You can play one of the roles of the couples. And I might consider Zoe King for the Great Escape. You can have her be Michael B. Jordan's wife if you want in the movie. They play husband and wife in the movie, and they're one of the couples who get killed, obviously. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's a good patient for Zoe. If she wants, if her agent wants 5, I'm like, look, man, you're not going to dupe me. Zoe King is a B-list actor. I'm not paying her any more than $3 million. That's good enough. If she doesn't like my offer, she's more than welcome to work in Hollywood and make her $400K, $300K for fucking independent movies if you don't like my offer. All right, it's a deal. Yes, I gave you a fucking good deal. Obviously. Only my stars for Zane's are getting a small piece of the profits. For Zane's. Even the B-list actors get a piece of product. Zane's unique story. I want all these actors to destroy the role completely. That way you get a better movie. I know what I'm doing. Whereas for the Great Escape, I'm not doing that. For the Great Escape, only the five small A-listers get the small piece of the role. These are the bigger ones. So only 8 actors in the Great Escape get a piece of the profits. And then my 7 team, and then the directors, and that's it. And the composer. I'll give Hans Zimmer a piece of the profits too. Because Hans Zimmer, I'll have him compose my Great Escape and my Zane's movie. And I'll pay him $3 million for Xanus and $3 million for the Great Escape. I can give him a little raise for the Great Escape. I can pay him 3.3 for the Great Escape. Give him a little raise. I can pay him $3 million for Xanus. I'll give him 0.01% of the profits. Hans Zimmer, and I'll give him a $50,000 recurring royalty check for the movies, considering he's your composer. Give him a good deal like that. It's a good paycheck for Hans Zimmer. That's a good deal. Yeah, it's just more than what you make in Hollywood. In Hollywood, you make your $2 million for your movies. I heard Hans Zimmer charges $2 million per score around there for all his movies. I'm paying him $3 million bucks. I'm paying him more than what Hollywood pays. I'm giving him a piece of the royalties. I'm giving him a $50,000 recurring royalty check for the release. That's a good paycheck for Hans Zimmer. And after The Great Escape, the journey ends with Hans Zimmer. I'm not rehiring you. Ivan, can I compose you next week? I'm like, no, Hans Zimmer. I saved you for 2 movies. That's good enough. You're not good for that romance story. Oh, my God. He's going to beg. I'm like, look, Hans Zimmer, you were good for my 2 movies. I was lucky enough to save you for my 2 movies. You're not good for fucking They're Unique. Yeah, but Ivan, I can compose some good romance. Like, Hans Zimmer, you're not good for the romance story. You were good for movies like Great Escape and Zane's, but you're not good for the romance story. You see what I'm saying? And Peter Jackson like, holy shit, Ivan, like, this is the biggest contract ever for an entire cast. So, Ivan, you're being a bit too generous, man. You're giving all your, like, 15 stars a piece of your money, Ivan. Like, Ivan, I would never do that. I'd take my whole 70%. I'm like, Peter, you're being greedy, man. Like, I'm gonna make, me and you're gonna make like 69%. Yeah, but Ivan, you're being, like, Ivan, like, you don't have to give them pieces of profits, Ivan. Like, the amount of money you're paying them is more than enough. Like, they can feed their families for a good, like, 6-7 years of their life, Ivan. Like, you don't need to give them a piece of profits, Ivan, you know what I'm saying? Like, Peter, I know what I'm doing. If I give the actors a small piece of profits, they're going to work double hard for me. They're going to be invested in my movie, and they're going to completely destroy the role, man. And you're going to get a better performance than what you even got for your Lord of the Rings actors. You know, Ivan, you're right. Yeah, if you give the actors a piece of profits, they're going to work hard for me. Yes, if you want these actors to work double harder for you, Peter, I'm going to give them a piece of the profits. That way they work harder for you, obviously. I gave you a piece of profits, Peter. Hence I know what I'm doing. Hence why Peter will work harder for me, obviously. Because he knows he's going to make his, I don't know, $300 million in royalties for my movie. He'll work hard. That's a nice paycheck. He'll work hard, man. Peter Jackson will work hard. And that's why Zane's will be a better movie than what? His Lord of the Rings. By a slim margin. Because Lord of the Rings is a tough trilogy to top. See what I'm saying? Yeah. And John Rhys Davies and Bernard Hill, I think those 2 actors are perfect for the role of Eli, the leader of Sapphires. The only thing that worries me, though, is their age. Because by time I sign them, they're going to be, what, like in their early 80s. I don't know, if I start Skyscrapers in 2026, and I find the actors in 2027, John Rhys Davies will be, like, 83 years old. He'll be 83 years old. By the time he films, he'll be 85 years old. You see what I'm saying? That what worries me about John Rhys Davies and Bernard Hill is their age. They're both the same age. They're gonna be in their 80s when they film my movie. Well, why even worry about it? I'm fine. Okay, because I'm gonna tell my users. Okay, I need these guys. I want you to take good care of these of John Rhys Davies or Bernard Hill, whoever I choose. Most likely, I think John Rhys Davies is better than Bernard Hill. If I choose John Rhys Davies, I want you to have a good nutrition schedule for him, and I want him doing some weights. I want him working out a little bit. That way he's in shape, obviously. I recommend John Rhys Davies, take your walks, go on the treadmill, do a little bit of weights. I won't have you do heavy weights like the other actors, but do a little bit of weights that way you're in shape for the role. You're going to be filming for like 9 months to a year. I haven't worried about it. I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think John Rhys Davies and Bernard Hill are perfect for the role of Eli. Hey, Peter, what do you think of Bernard Hill as Eli? Or John Rhys Davies? Oh, I can picture John Rhys Davies as Eli. Oh, holy shit, you're creative. You know what I'm saying? I could picture John Rhys Davies as Eli, the leader of Sapphires. He has that voice. Yeah, I could picture him as, he even kind of looks like VJ. Whereas Bernard Hill doesn't look like VJ that much. Whereas Bernard Hill kind of looks like VJ. He has that brownish look. You know what I'm saying? Those brown eyes. He kind of looks like VJ. I can picture him as VJ's father. Holy shit, you're creative. I can picture John Rhys Davies as Eli. Yeah. Yeah, but Peter, the only thing that worries me about him is his age. He's in his 80s. You know what I'm saying? Will the work be too much? No, don't worry about it, Ivan. He'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? We can have chairs for him. Yeah, what I'll do for John Rhys Davies, I'll have them film and all stuff. Whenever they're tired and all stuff, you can have chairs for them to sit down. If they're tired, you can do things to help them out, obviously, if they're tired. Right. You know what I'm saying? You can have John Rhys Davies sit down if he's tired. You know what I'm saying? You can do that for him if you want. Okay, you film, and then once we have like a 5-minute window of breaks, you can have a chair for John Rhys Davies for him to sit down. That's what they did for Christopher Lee. They had chairs for him to sit down because he was very old when he filmed The Lord of the Rings. He was like 80s. He was in his 80s, man. Christopher Lee was, yeah, don't worry about it. Christopher Lee was in his 80s. He was perfectly fine. You know, so yeah, we can have stunt doubles for John Rhys Davies or Bernard Hill for the fighting scenes. Don't worry about it, Ivan. They'll be fine. But John Rhys Davies, but Ivan, no, Ivan, I don't want these stunt doubles. I want to fight alongside you against that fucking devil, yeah. John Rhys Davies and Bernard Hill are going to want to fight alongside me and all the actors, all the co-stars in the army against that devil and the bats and feasts and the bats. Yeah, man. Because they all want to go through that journey with me, yeah. Because even though Tactics is the main character, all the actors are going through that journey with Tactics, fighting the devil, fighting all the demon bats, the devil wolves, and the war. Yeah, they're all going through that journey with Tactics. When you read my book, you see what I mean. Hence why, I'm going to keep saying this, hence why I'm not a fan of filming different volumes in the same month. No, stick to volume 1 and move on to volume 2, Peter. I don't mind us filming different scenes on the same day if you want. I think we should film one scene at a time. I think it's better to do that. Let's film one scene at a time. Let's start with a prologue, then young Tactics, then older Tactics. I think we should do that, obviously. I don't mind filming multiple scenes if you want, but let's stick to volume 1. I don't want to be filming volume 3 scenes while I'm filming volume 1. No, it can ruin the progression and flow of the actor's performance. As in volume 3, all the actors are all progress in character, and they're all getting ready to fight that devil, obviously. You need to let the actors grow as the volume progresses. I know what I'm doing. Okay, I have to worry about it. I won't do it. Yes, Peter, I don't want to do that. I don't want you doing what you did for Lord of the Rings. You don't have to worry about the studio ads bothering you, Peter. We need this done. You know what I'm saying? The theaters are waiting. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about that, Peter. I'm releasing it direct to 4K Blu-ray. My movie can be even a 13.5-hour movie. Yeah, I don't have to worry about the time constraints at the theaters. I can easily make a 3.5-hour, 4-hour volume 2, 5-hour volume 3, yes, because I'm releasing it on direct to 4K Blu-ray. You don't have to worry about the time constraints at the theaters. You see what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah. Peter doesn't have to worry about the time constraints at the theaters, because I'm not releasing my movies at the theaters. I'm releasing my movies on direct to 4K Blu-ray. And so we can make a nice 13.5-hour movie, even 14-hour movie. But anything over 14 hours is too long. Peter, how long do you want me? I want my movie to be between 12 to 14 hours. 12 to 13.5 hours. 14 is too long. 12 to 13.5 hours long I want my movie to be. And if it's longer, if it ends up being 15 hours, I'll release a special edition in the future. And I'll have the editors cut it. You see what I'm saying? Tell Peter that way he knows. And Peter, I don't want to film volume 3 and volume 1 at the first month. No. Let's start with let's film everything to do with volume 1 first. And then we move on to volume 2, then we move on to volume 3. That way the actors can progress as we film each of the volumes, and all the actors are getting ready to face all the demonic characters, and face the devil himself, and demonic bats in the caves, and the devil wolf army at the end of the movie. Have the actors grow with me in the journey. I see you're saying yes. That way you get better acting. I know what I'm doing. Tell Peter that the way he knows. Otherwise, Peter might do a thing where he films volume 1. He also films volume 3. No, I don't want you doing that. You can ruin the progression and flow of the actor's performance. Stick to volume 1, Peter, and then after that you move on to volume 2, then you move on to volume 3. That way you don't ruin the progression and flow of the actor's performance. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Peter, please, I need time to prepare myself mentally for the agony scene, for the Ephesus scene, especially for the end huge war with Aratat facing the devil himself. I need to prepare myself mentally to face the devil himself at the end of the movie. Okay, I was just saying yes. That way you get a better movie. I know what I'm doing. I don't want you doing what you did for Lord of the Rings, Peter. So I'm going to have here.